Nobody up in here, no surprise there. We just gonna keep it simple today. I mean, nothing overly exciting. At the canal, it's just a stream that runs through here. I know there's plenty of trout in there. And lately I've been going out for bass, but today we're just gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna throw some eggs off the bottom, and should have brought a rod holder. Didn't, but should have. Didn't think about it. Got some red power eggs. We got our Chihuahua line fur coat. Let's throw out there, sit and wait, see what we can catch. And if you know me, you know I won't be able to sit still for very long. So I brought the bait caster with a wobbler. The little gold and silver wobbler performed pretty well in the end of yesterday's live. All kinds of things were biting that, which was a little bit of a shock. You never know when you're trying out new lures and stuff. This is our setup today. Isn't it pretty? You know, I think if I was a fish, I'd probably bite that. This is a pretty busy area. The HOA office is kind of right behind us. I'm expecting some people. But pretty elderly community out here. A lot of people get up early, but a lot of people don't. So pretty good spot, just right out underneath the bridge. Trying to twist you guys around so you can at least see the water. It's okay, I have enough time to play with my camera. Nobody's in here. This is definitely the most boring way to fish, but hey, if you're just getting here, thanks for waking up with me. Out here just doing some trout fishing. It's cool, they ain't interested. The water quality here is absolutely terrible. Hey, if you're just getting here, thanks for checking us out. Trout fishing today. Got a line out with a just like a drop shot with the power eggs. Nothing too exciting. I've been sitting still for about 5 minutes now, and it's killing me. Every part of me wants to get up and throw a wobbler or a lure or something. But the doggo's just kind of waking up, and we'll see if I can. I like to get the water on the shot and try to move you guys to the other side. And since nobody's in here, Seems like a pretty good time to do such. Well, you know, the dog's a little ugly, but she's mine. You know what would actually help with that? About like this.
The dog is fishing again, huh?
Yeah, hopefully she wants some breakfast. She's not watching her line very tight, though.
At least it's warm.
That's it. Fur-lined coat. Hey, if you're just getting here, thanks for checking us out. We are doing some trout fishing next to this pond. Just a couple hours before I got to do that pesky 9 to 5 thing. I think we are fishing in the weeds, though. Lots of algae hit the spot. I mean, that's pretty. I think I would eat that if I was a fish. Might get up, throw a spoon around, see if I can get something on that. Just kind of hanging out this morning, just waking up. Dragging, tired. Hey. Hey, good morning. Sorry if you're just getting here. I'm trying to figure out the camera. Hey, good morning. Sorry, kind of playing with the camera here. We're just doing some trout fishing a couple hours before work. If you're new to the channel, thanks for taking the time to check us out. Hey, good morning, Pickles. Good morning to you. We're just keeping it simple today, man. I've never been here before. It's part of the HOA, so I know they plan it with stock trout. And I just got some power eggs off the bottom. Got my sidekick keeping me warm. And hopefully we can catch a big one. I know they put some monsters in here, so couldn't be much more of a simple setup. I got some eggs above that. Probably, I don't know, 2-3 feet to the leader. I know the water doesn't get very deep here. So, and I know there's a real problem with algae, which I definitely want to keep away from my dog. This is kind of like the bougie side of the HOA, where there's like rules and regulations, $1 million houses. Not like the trailer park side where I live. With that being said, they got all kinds of rules. There's a little hill, and then there's, I don't know, maybe a half a mile flat. And the people who live on the hill were complaining that the trees were blocking the ocean view, decreasing their property value. So the HOA made a rule where they had to cut down all the trees to a certain height. Yeah. Man, I don't know too much about this other than it was $5 on sale, and I picked up a couple of them, and it's not bad, man. I'd put it up against any of the newer Shakespeares, or I'd say it's a little better than even like the Ozark Trail brand. I've been using it a couple of years now. Absolutely love it. I mean, I think it's just some, I don't want to say made in China, but let's say foreign made rod and reel. And it's held up pretty good. You know, I do maintenance on my reels quite often. Yeah, man, I use this thing all the time, and it's real salty where I live. And this thing has held up absolutely great. You know, it's got that 5:1 gear ratio, and I've got some big fish on this. I would have wished I had a little larger reel the other day instead of using this rod, but I wasn't expecting to catch anything. So like I was saying, the HOA here made everybody chop their trees down to like 20 feet. And what that did You know, we can talk fishing. You know, I've had a lot of good luck with cheap reels. I do surf perch out in, I mean, the trail to the beach is that way. We're about 200 yards from it. But I don't mind cheap gear. There's sometimes I'm going to pay a little more. I'm happy I got a good reel. But 90% of what I'm doing, I'm catching stuff using cheap bait, cheap gear. You know, it just, if there's fish there and you got the skills to catch them, you're going to catch them. I buy a lot of stuff used at yard sales. Well, I used to, but you know, people want new prices for 30, 40-year-old stuff, and they're like, "Oh, it's never been used." And I'm like, "What do you mean it's never been used? I mean, nobody's used it from the 70s? How do you know that?" People wanting 300 people wanting 2 or 300 bucks for a 1980s Penn Squall reel, and I'm just like, fuck you, that's $20 less than new. You know, I'll just pay the extra 20 bucks and get it new. Or Lamb of Glass, any of these big name brand rods, you know. And it's always like kids, you know, that inherit them from their parents, and they look up online, oh, it's valued at 200 bucks. No, man, it's worth what I'll pay you for it. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it can go sit in the garage for another 20 years. Not too into paying overpriced for using used fishing gear. If you're just getting here, thanks for taking the time to check us out. We're doing some trout fishing. Pond here is owned by an HOA, and I know they planted some big trout in here about a month ago. It's me and my sidekick Bailey, hoping to catch some trout. Got some power eggs going off the bottom. Also got a bait caster with a rooster tail and a couple spoons I might throw around, but still waking up pretty early out here on the West Coast. Appreciate you taking the time to check me out on a Tuesday. Hope everybody's having a good one. Yeah, man. So definitely, like, got an Hey, thanks, Mike. Thanks for swinging by this morning. Appreciate it. Yeah, saltwater gear can get real expensive, especially if you're looking at like surf rods. So I spent like 200 and something bucks on my surf rod reel, sealed bearings and whatnot. And I got maybe 2 years out of it after rinsing it every time, re-greasing the bearings, still seized up. 200 and something dollar Daiwa reel. Nope, I lied. It was Umakwa for my surf rod. And after that, I said, screw it. I'm just going to buy a $30 reel off of Amazon. And if it breaks every year or every 6 months, that's, if I can use it for a summer, that's a good summer when it comes to surf rod gear. Because there's no way to keep them. You can try, right? But where I live, it's not calm surf. It's not flat. You're not just out there in your shorts. It's big surf most of the time, and your rod's gonna get wet, and you'll go from knee deep to chest deep in a matter of moments. And I've been meaning to get out there and do it. I'm just kind of taking a break from it, switching it up, doing some salt water or fresh, you know, ponds and stuff. This is a lot easier. I don't get wet. I don't almost drown in the ocean, and I can do this and then go right to work. So this has kind of been the move, but been wanting to get out there. Weather's not cooperating. The whole rest of the state under a heat advisory, but I'm under this gloom marine layer overcast is what they call it, and I don't feel like I've seen the sun for days, man. Vitamin D deficiency is a real thing. What you guys got going on? And Pickles, Mike, how we doing? Hey, if you're just getting here, thanks for checking us out. Me and Bailey doing a little trout fishing in the HOA. Got eggs off the bottom. Got my bait caster with the spoon tied up. Um, might throw that around. Got a buddy, Yachty, who lives, well, I don't know, a quarter mile that way. And he says spoons are the way to go on the canal at this spot. So we'll give it a few minutes. This is definitely a relaxing way to fish, we'll put it that way. Drizzly morning, but I'm used to it. Caught a pretty big bluegill last night. I've been going live at 6 p.m. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by, Mike. You know, I'm not always exciting, but I'm always fishing. So maybe you'll get lucky and I'll hook up. But, you know, I got a pretty busy day coming up. Got a big landscaping job I got to do for a guy, cut down some grass, haul it to the dump, and just do some brush clearing. It's not, I enjoy that kind of work though, because like gratification's immediately. You cut something down and it looks a whole lot better. But I've done work for this guy before, and I know for sure he's going to complain. It's going to take, I'm charging him a fair amount, we'll say a fair amount, and it's going to probably take me maybe 2 hours, but he's going to be paying for a full day almost. And people don't like that. There's two? Who's my competition? Maybe I'll reach out. We'll do a collab. I've never collabed with anybody, but I'm open, you know, man. I tried reaching out to some of these YouTubers. There's a Asian guy, which has nothing to do with anything. That comment just makes me sound racist. There's a guy who does quite a bit of fishing, surf perch fishing out here. And I hit him up, and the only reason why I know who he is because he advertises in my group. I got a group on Facebook, just a local group. Otherwise, I'd invite you guys to join. But I hit him up trying to do a collab, and he just wasn't interested. He's like, no, I don't do collabs. Is she a hot girl in a swimsuit? Hot girls will, oh, like, if I put on a bikini, do you think I'll get more views? That's cool. I'm not hating on anybody, man. Anybody, you know, like I said, I'm looking to meet up with people and do some collaborations and fishing. I'm not gonna put on a bikini. That would definitely lead to less views or the kind of views from guys I don't really want. You know, some unwanted attention. But no, cool people. You know. Yeah, no, there's like this weird like girl solo camping, and they're like you see the picture and they're like nude, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know? I'm just, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm a guy, I like seeing girls nude, but it's just like that can't be your only content, you know what I mean? But hell, I'm not hating. They get, you know, thousands of views. I'm not there. Birds are going crazy this time of year. Had some, I don't know if it was rain, but at least heavy mist moved through, and my fishing chair got soaked. I left it in the bed of the truck, and long story short is I got a wet behind. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna try to throw. You know, if I could do it sitting down, that'd be even better. I think I'll be able to do it sitting down. We got a bait caster. Picked up this spoon at a yard sale for 25 cents. Sorry, trying to get it to focus. Just a little gold spoon with the metallic silver sticker on it. I'm gonna try to throw that around. It did pretty well yesterday in the pond. I'm gonna have to dial in that reel a little bit. I was trolling with the rod last night. Got a monster bluegill. I was pretty stoked about that. If you guys don't know, I'm going live from the backyard pond every night about the same time, 6:30, depending on when I eat dinner. The only problem with the live streams in the afternoon is the wind's blowing like 30 miles an hour, and the audio sounds like it got hit by a truck. I got new mics that I'm trying to figure out, but sometimes you get what you pay for, and I didn't pay a whole lot for those mics, so the audio is pretty bad. But we're trying to up our game. Don't worry, the bird's nest is just at the bottom of the reel. I'm hoping in the meantime my other pole will produce. It's got some power bait off the bottom. I think we got this one halfway right. Lots of weeds in this area. Went out, checked out a new lake yesterday. Got my ass kicked. I mean, we're talking lost lures, grassy bottom, not fishing, random Rottweiler, couple tweaker ladies. It was just and I thought it was out in the middle of nowhere. I'd never been to that lake before. And I pull up, and there's this. That is a fact, Pickles. It once that wind kicks up, those viewers just drop off. You know, in the morning it's not too bad, like right now. But in the afternoon, it's not. It's not okay. I wouldn't watch it, so I wouldn't expect anybody else to either. But I got some people in the afternoon that rock with me no matter what, which I appreciate. But I might spend a couple bucks and pick up some decent mics. Wife's going out of town for business this weekend. Think I'm gonna sneak away and do some camping. I'm either gonna stealth camp on the golf course or head up to a mountain lake. There's some, we call them mountains, but they're hills, elevation of like 500 feet. And there's some free camping up there. And I think I'm gonna head that way. But tired of spending big bucks on campsites. So I found this free one, and hopefully it isn't full up. There is so much sludge. I am not even fishing. You know, I just need to quit bullshit and stand up and make good casts. Can't complain about sludge if I'm just throwing it at the bottom. Man, I just cannot make a halfway decent cast. I am a little bit on the struggle bus this morning. If you're just getting here, thanks for checking us out. Hey, shout out to the 4 people up in here. Thanks for taking the time to check us out. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday morning. We got some power bait off the bottom. We got a wobbler tied on. We're probably going to cut it off and tie on a blue fox. That just seems to be my go-to. Mainly because it's a little wobbler. I do have some weight. Put some weight on there, help it get out, but last time I was close to this area, I landed a pretty big trout on a different HOA bridge. Let's try moving our eggs around a little. Problem being, I think, is I don't think my eggs are floating. I think I got too much seaweed on there or too much hook. One of the two. I don't want to go too many eggs. I'll try to put another egg on there. Make sure I'm up out of that. Make sure I'm up out of the sludge. Might switch out and run straight power bait later.
Catch any fish?
Not yet.
No.
Only been here, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes or so, but
yeah.
Pretty slimy.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I see there's this dude catching them, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago. He was using corn.
Okay.
Yeah, he was using corn, little kernels of corn. I was like, really?
Yeah, I know. I was out this way last week, and I got one. I couldn't land it, but I mean, I had a pretty good bite. You know what I'm saying?
They're pretty good sized fish in there.
This was a monster, man. He was, you know, every fisherman says that, but this guy was probably 24 inches, and I was on a bridge, and I couldn't get him. I didn't have the reel strength to get him up the bridge. And by the time I tried to work the bank, he was gone.
Oh, wow.
So I know they put some monsters in here.
Yeah, that's true. The guy that lives, he's over on that side. He said he saw fish go in there. They're pretty big.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how they even see the food in that thing to even find it.
It's pretty bad. No, you know, I didn't say I was eating them. I just said I'm catching them.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Well, have fun.
Thank you. Nice guy. I figured I'd see a few people out here this morning. We've got a big golden, no, not golden. I'd say a lab, just like a white lab. It looks like it didn't skip breakfast, but that's par for the course. You guys have fat labs where you live? Seems like every lab I see wouldn't know how to get a duck, let alone even be able to retrieve it. What are you guys doing to your labs? Trying to get this wheel dialed in. The brakes turned up. I don't have to cast far. I'll do a little better than that though. And of course we 100% hook the other line. I'm gonna try throwing this way for a bit. Hey, if you're just getting here, good morning. Thanks for checking us out. Throwing bird nests and not catching fish, but we're trying. Got 2 rods, power bait, eggs off the bottom. If you're just here for the dog, I'll check it out. Her tongue always sticks out, and the only thing I can think of is terrible breeding. But we took her to the vet, and it turns out she was just born with an extra long tongue. Like, it's literally like 3 inches, and her face is only 2.5. So it sticks out a little bit. Sticks out a lot, all the time. I guess Native American name would be Little Long Tongue. Never figured myself as a small dog guy. I let the wife talk me into it. But she's been my best friend ever since. She goes on all kinds of adventures with me. Typically rides in the coat. I do have a purse for her. It's weird being middle-aged. If you would have told me in my 20s I'd be carrying a chihuahua around in a purse, it might have been a problem. But here we are. Man, I can just not throw this lure. It's probably like less than 1/8 of an ounce, and I just cannot get this reel dialed in for it. Throwing it into the ground. I think I'm gonna tie on something a little different, or see if I can add a slip shot to it, see if that helps. But I am definitely on the struggle bus with that. So since the HOA made everybody cut down their trees, we've been getting, just in this neighborhood, just in the Ridgeview, can't have a tree more than 20 feet. And since the HOA made everybody chop them down, there's no cover for the canal anymore. So the algae just went crazy. and they dye the shit out of it, and they poison it, and they do all kinds of things trying to treat these algae blooms. But if they would have just left the trees alone, then the wouldn't have all these algae problems. Let's see what I got in my little trout bag. Picked up a bunch of gear at a yard sale. Little rooster tails and whatnot. Don't have a... Yeah, that's it, man. You know, on a spinner, I'd probably be able to throw that, like a little Zebco or something. But if you don't have a weight or some weight to go with that bait caster, it does not want to throw. I mean, I got a little piece of slip shot here. Hopefully I can get enough weight on there. If not, I'll switch it out and tie on something a little bigger. You can always tell how cold the dog is by the temperature of her tongue. I had to put a coat on her. It's not too bad today, though. It's probably about, I don't know, mid-50s. Only problem is we got I call it like a sea mist or a marine layer, whatever you want to call it. Don't tell my wife I'm about to do this. Forgot the pliers today. I had to use the teeth. She's always bitching at me. She's like, oh man, don't do that. Pliers are $2. Yeah, man, the rest of the the rest of the state's definitely under a heat advisory, you know. 80, anywhere from 80, that's a little better, to 90, 95 plus heat advisory. But we get these marine pushes, and if it burns off, I might get into the 70s. I don't think I've had a day above 70. I think we've had 2 days above 70 the entire year, and that's being pretty generous, to be honest. And everybody's like, oh, that sounds great. But it's not, man. I'm tired of wearing a coat, tired of wearing a sweater, tired of being pasty white. I would love, you know, a couple of days above 80. There we go. First decent cast. Trying to pick it up before the sludge. Let me come over, throw this way a little bit at the bridge. Not a very, man, real thick algae, green moss, whatever you want to call it. It's yucky. I'm gonna throw it down the bank a little. Got this tall bullweed I'm trying to not get caught up in. Yeah, this just isn't the move today. I'm just not making good casts. Might just tie a... Of course, I didn't bring my cutters. Don't have my pocket knife. If you're just getting here, we're doing some trout fishing next to the HOA office. I know they plant trout in here. The hell's that? What is that in my fishing bag? What am I using this for? Maybe because one of the reels? I don't know. Strange. I think we're just gonna tie a hook on and go with a worm, either off the top or the bottom. We already got something on the bottom. We'll put a... Hey, if you're just getting here, thanks for taking the time to check us out. We're live every morning, 6:30, fishing somewhere new. This is kind of by an HOA office. There's a little canal behind me, and we're looking for trout. I know they put some in here a few months ago, hoping to find one. Super simple setup. We got a set of power bait eggs off the bottom, and I was thinking about rigging up a rooster tail, but I don't think that's the move. It's so much algae that I don't think there's any point. I think I'll just be weeding the canal for them. So I think I'm gonna just put a bullet weight on, worm, and a bobber, and we'll go up high and down low, hoping for a big old trout. I see some signs of life on the pond. It's sun peeking out behind me. Hopefully these clouds burn off and we can warm up a little bit. Got some natural scent glitter trout bait. Looks like a multicolor. What does a natural scent mean? Does that mean it smells like water? Does it smell like algae? Worm? What's a natural scent for a fish? Get that all rigged up, throw out. Got a monster glob. Didn't bring my clippers, so our tail is thing about that glitter is, man, it looks like I just got back from the strip club. You guys wouldn't know nothing about that, would you? Alright, done molesting our power bait. Let's see if I got a bobber. Got a big old bobber. You guys wrap your bobber twice? You just go around once. I do the top once and then I wrap the bottom twice. Everybody does it a little different. I think that's long enough. That's probably a 2 foot drop. Let's go 3 foot. I think that other one's about 3 foot off the bottom. This one should be about 3 foot down off the top. And I don't think the water's more than 6 feet, so like we're everywhere, man. I like the bobber versus off the bottom because it at least gives me something to look at. Then I can, if I go off the bottom, I just have no idea. I gotta grab something out of the truck. I'll be right back. Just kidding, I totally had to take a leak off camera. You guys wanted TMI, you're in the right place for it. Well, now I guess the only thing to do is just wait, right? Waiting is the hardest part. Does look like there's a little bit of current. This area fluctuates with the tide. All of this drains out into the ocean and bloop. Hey, good morning. If you're getting here, thanks for checking us out. Doing some trout fishing next to the HOA building. We got 2 rods out. Yeah, I just don't have that. I guess I'm just not interesting enough. But what do you expect if you're bobber fishing for trout, right? It's hard to make that appealing. Ugh. Looks like a big sloppy mess. Fighting some algae. Hey, if you're just getting here, thanks for taking the time to check us out. If you've been here the whole time, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Rumors of extra large trout. I'd settle for a medium. Beautiful morning. How I say that every morning, but every morning above ground's good morning, right? Stay blessed. Ooh, I think I had something peck at that power bait off the bobber. At least the bobber moved. I don't know if it's. I think if the one going off the bottom is probably getting lost in the weeds. I can see weeds run from the bottom to the top. So maybe going off the top was the move. That bird you just heard was a ring-necked dove, which is a fancy way of saying pigeon. Pigeon with a black line, that's what a ring-necked dove is. Hunting season for those is October, but I'm not into squab. It's more of just a population control than anything else. I'm try to pitch up under that bridge and see what we can do. I couldn't have gotten any closer to the bridge without hitting it if I tried. I think that was a pretty perfect cast. I think the dog decided to take a nap, go back to bed. Pretty early. Debating on heading back to that lake I got my ass kicked at 2 days ago. But I need a boat, and I got a boat. I just don't have a way to get the boat. I don't have a trailer. I don't have a trailer for my boat. So I think I might just stuff a 12-foot John boat into an 8-foot truck bed. And it's probably about 6 because I got a toolbox. But then I got to unload it myself. I got a kayak, but let's be honest here. Kayaks are terrible. Well, mine is anyways. It's inflatable. And then I have to paddle it. I might head back to Loomis tomorrow. Might switch it out. I'm supposed to be getting some more bait gear or bass. Trying to switch it out between bass and trout. I know I got a lot of guys that like trout, and I like a lot of guys that like bass. And then you got Barbecue Pickles who likes fish, and that's kind of where I'm at. Doesn't matter what, one way or the other. But there's a couple big ponds. You know, it seems like when I go to a lake, I just run into people, and it's never good people. It's never like guys out there asking about fishing. It's always, I live in a real rural community, but drugs are a big problem out here. A lot of people inherited vacation lots from their parents or family, and they moved out here because it was free, but there's not a lot of work, and the work out here really doesn't pay much. If you don't have your own thing going or your own way to make money, yeah, Pickles, man, I feel that. It's any fish, anytime, anyhow. That's it. Let's get it. Bobber fishing or fishing off the bottom is a little slow. Makes gotta just keep putting the time in and hope it pays out. But Mist kind of moved back in. Getting no love on the bobber. I got these little trout worms, just fake ones. I might switch it out, but I don't see any action on the water. I don't see anything turning over. Just forever optimistic. But yeah, no, last time I went to a lake, I didn't think anybody'd be there, and there was an RV, and it was definitely not supposed to be there. I mean, I don't care. If you're down on your luck, you're down on your luck. Hard times hit us all, you know? But if you're living on your RV and you're smoking meth and you're at the state park, I mean, I think that kind of deteriorates from the experience. Not really raining, just enough to get me wet. Put the hood up. I think my line's. Let's see. I think we're okay. I'm gonna switch out the power bait for soft plastic worm, which means I have to. Man, that power bait's so covered in crap that it's not really fishing. Yeah, pretty good with this. It's called Mad River. It's just a little pink worm, but I've had some pretty good success with that. Might just wacky rig it, drag it around a little. I'd imagine there'd be sunfish and all kinds of stuff in here. I mean, that looks pretty. If I was a fish, I'd bite it. I guess we're just kind of paying dues to the fishing gods this time, putting in the work, and hopefully we can land something. All my gear's mixed up. I got trout bait and my bass box and bass bait in my trout box. Gonna have to go through and order some gear. I got some gear coming. You know, I have a little country store out where I live, where I kind of get most of my gear from, but they only carry high-end stuff. You know, $8 hooks and three pack of hooks for $8. And I get it, they're stainless steel and razor sharp, but I don't think the tree cares, you know? If I was on a boat or doing some tournament fishing or something, then perhaps I would buy more expensive gear. If you're just getting here, thanks for checking out the channel. We're live every morning, 6:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. somewhere new every morning. This is just a HOA owned pond. Uh, Pickles, I ended up moving out here about 5 years ago. My wife got a pretty good job working for the school district out here, and her folks are out here, and my folks are dead, so I didn't have anything really tying me down to where I was, and I'm kind of the last in my bloodline, so I don't. All right, so I got like aunts and uncles, but like we don't talk. I mean, we do, but it's once a year on Christmas. We're not close by any means. So she got a job with the school district, and housing was really affordable at that time. We were paying $2,500 a month for a one-bedroom apartment in the suburbs, and starting house was in the 350s, $400,000 range. That's all you could find, and we were gonna never save up that down payment. I mean, we would be paying rent. I mean, housing prices was just out of control, and but it was affordable. It was affordable to move out here, and we ended up picking up. A, I mean, you can call it a starter home, but it's a nice 2 bedroom, 2 bath on a lake, and I'll own it within like 10 years. So versus paying rent, at now everything out here is getting pretty expensive too. But when I moved out here, it was affordable, and she got a good job working for the school district, and I work as a handyman, and I also receive a small disability from the VA. I'm a vet. They tell me I'm disabled, but I think it's just mentally, so like that doesn't really count, right? So and I live a simple life. You know what I mean? I own my truck. I don't have too many outstanding bills. Biggest expense is internet for 100 and something bucks a month, but trying to keep the food costs down by eating things that I catch. But I think it's gonna be a microwave breakfast type day. Just keeping it simple, man. They say money buys happiness, but I think fishing next to the HOA office buys happiness. I think I spent $2 on gear to get here, so pretty good day. Sun's popping out. Hopefully this marine layer burns off and we can to hell with it. I don't mind the marine layer. Hopefully we can catch some fish. If you're just getting here or you've been here the whole time, appreciate you taking the time to rock with me. Hope you're having a good Tuesday morning. Might tie on a rooster tail. Bobber fishing and fishing off the bottom is always really slow. Got zero signs of life. Nothing turning over. I can see up the canal. It's not real wide, maybe 20, 30 feet. Can't imagine it being all that deep either. But I would expect something to turn over. Let's see if I can move you guys to a little better spot. Bloop. Sorry, sun's coming up behind me. It's a little better. Algae's terrible. I guess I'll reel in and look at my bait because yeah, I'm not that deep, but I am. I mean, I'm not even fishing. I'm just this. This is what I'm doing. Just hanging out, trying to catch some vegetarian fish. All we're getting is salad. Hang out. Yeah, man, if they get a lot of sun, they get a lot of algae, you know? I am fortunate my backyard pond is pretty algae free. We have some taller grass, but we never get that green algae or that blue algae. But as the temperatures heat up, you get that green algae, and it makes it hard to fish. And sometimes if you got boats running through there, it'll keep it down. But if you don't have boats, you get weeds. A lot of times, a lot of these connect to the salt water, so they're borderline brackish. And if that's the case, that brackish water just grows a different type of algae. I don't want to say it doesn't grow algae, but it definitely does. And just like that, we're in the power lines. Fantastic. Power line fishing, is that a thing? Yep. That means we'll have to break off. Kind of just let my rod swing. Oh, we got it. Fuck yeah. I thought there was no way in hell that was going to happen. No, we just broke our hook off. But that's not the end of the world. Gives me a good reason to that power line up there looks pretty flimsy. Gives me a good excuse to tie on a rooster tail. Maybe we'll throw a rooster tail around and see what we can do. If you're just getting here, thanks for swinging by. Really want to try out these tiger tails. They're like blue foxes, but they're like a miniature version. Problem is, they're pretty light, and I don't have the right rod to really throw them successfully. So I think we'll go with something a little bigger. Now let's go ahead and get this one caught in the power line too, right? Nothing too exciting here, just a, I don't know, hexagon, torpedo style. Normally use this in a stream, they're a little bit heavier. But with the bait caster setup, I need a little bit heavier. Lots of mosquitoes down here, which I always take as a negative sign. You figure if there's fish around, there won't be too many bugs. We're getting about 10 feet of actual spinning. That's the thing about fishing sideways on a canal. But the rooster tail looks good. It looks like it's doing its job. Pulling out a bunch of weeds if you're just getting here. Thanks for waking up with us on this Tuesday morning. Live fishing every day. New pond, new stream, new lake, new something. Every day, 6:30. That sounds like your thing. Check us out. Consider liking and subscribing. Yeah, free salad. That will make me incredibly ill if I eat it. I think out in the middle I'm fishing. Like I get, I don't know, maybe a 10-foot run. And, but as soon as I get anywhere near the bank, it's just, Algae City. I should probably be trying to cast lengthwise down the canal the other way. See if I can get a little bit of a longer run. I'm just dragging the same 10-foot span. I'm gonna try throwing that way a little bit. Hopefully I don't get caught up in all this grass weeds and nonsense. I'd like to climb up and fish on the bridge, but I can't because they're snitches. Man. Is it supposed to do that? Oh, that's deep. That's just like cut the line off, go to the store, buy new line, maybe just set the damn reel on fire. I am 100% just trying not to fucking rage right now. I mean, what do you do? Set the reel on fire and walk away. Yeah, that's just. That wasn't cheap reel either. It's gonna cost me at least $15 to buy some more reel. It's Tuesday. It's not Monday. Why am I experiencing these problems? I guess that rod is just toast. Look at that. Bird nested to the bottom. Bailey, come.
Thank you.
No, I should have had her on a leash. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it's all right. Thank you for grabbing it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go put the Chihuahua in the truck. I'll be right back. Hey, if you're just getting here, thanks for taking the time to check us out. We are 100% on the struggle bus. Bird nested the shit out of my bait caster. And, but long story short is we're trout fishing next to the HOA. It's a new to me stream. And hoping for some largies. But I think we're about to wrap it up. We go live every day, 6:30 a.m. New pond, new streams, new species. Every day all summer long. If that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and check us out. Until then, we'll catch you on the next one. Go outside. It's good for your soul. Peace. Peace.